means eating. So it is bad eating. If you eat excess, you get overnutrition. When you eat less, you get undernutrition. If you go for a party, don't overfill your plate because you've seen meat is there.
Malnutrition is one of the most pressing health challenges facing our communities and the world at large. It goes beyond hunger, from children struggling with stunted growth to adults facing weakened immunities and chronic illnesses. Malnutrition affects millions across all ages and backgrounds. In this session, we are going to explore what malnutrition means, the causes, the effects on our health and the society, and most importantly, what we can do as a society to fight malnutrition. Stay tuned because the knowledge that we are going to share today could save so many lives. And to us today is a great nutritionist all the way from western part of Uganda, as he will introduce himself. He's been with us here before, and so we are great to have him again. If you're new and you've not been here and it's your first time to be here, we kindly ask you to subscribe, like, and comment, and remember to share this video with any group of people that may benefit from it. This video has been made specifically for school-going children, for adults, for people taking care of the elderly, and any group of people that is under care, because nutrition cuts across all ages.
Thank you very much, Mr.Selfcare. Good evening and morning, viewers, and good afternoon. My name is Christopher Nkrukinka. I'm a nutritionist, and in nutrition, I have 7+ years managing nutrition or most forms of malnutrition, undernutrition and overnutrition, and also working on development projects here in Uganda. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Again, we are glad to have you in our studios today to continue these weekly Thursday episodes on nutrition. Mr. Christopher, what's malnutrition?
Malnutrition mainly, it's a Latin word and comes from a layman's language. It's mal means bad and nutrition means eating. So it is bad eating. So malnutrition is a situation or an outcome that comes from eating an imbalanced diet or lacking some food nutrients into your food on your plate. So when you do it more often, it becomes malnutrition and you get the diseases or effects that comes from malnutrition.
So that means in malnutrition, it's not about lack of food alone, but also eating the foods in right quantities. Is that what it means in simple terms? Okay.
Yeah, when you eat in right quantities, if you eat excess, you get overnutrition, of which we're going to talk about. When you eat less, you get undernutrition, meaning the body is not getting enough on what is required to have.
Okay. So then what is undernutrition and what's overnutrition?
So undernutrition, it's when the body gets less nutrients as it is required. Then overnutrition, the body is getting excess nutrients and the body cannot utilize all of them. So they will be overnourished. That's getting my overnutrition. So a practical example I'm going to give with overnutrition, yes?
Yes.
Overnutrition, how we normally get to know that someone's overnourished, we normally compare their weight and height. And that we get BMI. That is body mass index.
Okay.
So according to WHO and other guidelines by the Ministry of Health, they have every person has a cutoff points, every age category. So if you below 24.5 kilogram per meter squared, you either overweight, then when you reach above 30, you obese, meaning your obesity. So that is overnutrition. Another way
Okay.
is when you under 18.5, you undernourished. 19.5, you undernourished.
Mm.
Yeah. Then when you talk about undernutrition, the example we have is acute and chronic. That is undernutrition. The body is not getting enough. Then you have acute, there's diseases, the effect of malnutrition that's going to surface very fast within a short period of time. Then also we
Mm.
have that one that's going to take long time for you to know that someone is undernourished. An example you have is stunting. You say a child is 5 years, but for you
Mm.
cannot believe that his 5 years is short for his height.
Mm.
You see someone tells you that this is 5 years, but according to his height,
Mm.
is too short for his height, and you cannot expect that person to be of that age. That is
Okay.
chronic. Then acute, which is
Mm.
another form of undernutrition.
Mm.
Someone gets an example is a kwashako.
Yes.
This kwashako, because the person is not getting enough proteins,
Mm.
the body will not grow. And one sign of kwashako is swelling of the limbs, bilateral swelling of the limbs. The legs or the feet swell at the same time. When you press on them, they develop a depression at the same time. Another form of undernutrition is marasmus, where you see someone is wasted. You can count the bones, you can count the limbs of the baby or of another person. The person doesn't have flesh on him or her. That is marasmus. The difference between overnutrition and undernutrition, mainly it is when you come to urban areas, we
Yes.
have we have high burden of overnutrition. Then when
Mm.
you go to rural areas or to refugee context, you have this burden of undernutrition because these people don't get enough nutrients, don't have food where they can get nutrients from. But whereas here in town, let's say urban areas, they have food, but also they have the junk foods. A baby cries, and the only thing that can stop him from crying is a soda or a chapati. So
Mm.
it's about lifestyle, feeding lifestyle at in the town, then also in villages or in refugee context, then it's lack of food.
Okay. So you as an expert, what do you think of the two, which one is more dangerous and which one is most prevalent in our societies today?
Yeah, all of them are dangerous, but what is mainly affecting the globally mainly and its warning is undernutrition, because undernutrition is common under 5 years.
Mm.
So
Okay.
and under 5 years, children don't achieve their dreams, and
Mm.
that's why most programs come targeting malnutrition in under 5 years. When you consider
Mm.
Uganda has been implementing following the MAM guidelines
Mm.
targeting under 5 years.
Mm.
Under UNICEF's program, like this,
Mm.
the management of acute malnutrition is targeting children who are under 5 years, because these under 5 years haven't they are when you get malnourished, you're capable of getting other infections into your body and you may die anytime.
Okay. How does malnutrition affect individuals and the community in Uganda? Because when we talk about malnutrition, to so many people, they feel it is a simple thing, it is a small thing. But from your explanation, you're seeing and the preamble we had, we see that it is a global issue that is actually leading to so many people uh, dying before actually there may be actual age, and
They are
actually
the fifth birthday.
the reports show that actually we are losing so many children below the age of 5 years. So how is malnutrition affecting our communities and individuals today?
So yes, malnutrition is taken lightly, but I can tell someone who take it lightly that you can take it lightly before it comes into your household or into
Mm,
your community.
mm,
Like for example, if you have a child who is malnourished, severely malnourished, and is admitted in the hospital, Maximum, the baby will take around 14 days in the
Wow,
hospital.
14 days.
So imagine 14 days in the hospital to be discharged. Imagine your household, your husband, a wife, and other two children at home. One of the household members will go and take care of the baby in the hospital.
Wow.
So at home, no one is going to remain taking care of the other children who remain behind.
Mm.
I said undernutrition is more common in households which are underprivileged, let's say who don't have access to food.
Mm.
So these households feed on hand to mouth,
Mm.
meaning they won't go to work for 10,000 or per day pay to get the money to buy food.
Mm.
Yeah. Another thing is, especially to the government, it puts a lot of stress to finance
Mm.
because if a baby who is malnourished is spending 14 days in the hospital, meaning it's taking a lot
Mm.
of resources to treat that malnourished client. So
Mm.
imagine in a community you have, let's say, 5% of the children are malnourished, meaning every those 5% are taking 14 days in the hospital and
Mm.
they are taking resources,
Mm.
of which those resources, if malnutrition was prevented that before it occurred, those resources would be channeled to other sectors and achieve development.
Mm.
Yeah, another effect of malnutrition is if you're malnourished and you're not treated, let's say you stunted or
Mm.
it's very hard to perform in
Mm.
class.
Mm.
For you, yeah, if you don't perform in class, because you are once malnourished or you still malnourished, you cannot perform in class. So if
Mm.
you cannot perform in class, the age of a child will continue growing, of course.
Mm.
But then the child will reach certain age, let's say at 12 years, at 10 years, and still in P2 or P3,
Mm.
will start realizing that my colleagues outside who are not in school are making money somewhere.
Mm.
So the government is going to lose on quality labor they have because those children cannot make it to secondary level and also university level.
Mm.
By the end of the day, the government won't have specialized labor to use in specialized sector.
Mm.
Yeah, that's some of the effect of malnutrition.
Children of malnutrition. Do we have malnutrition in adults? And how does it? How do we normally detect it? From because from the start you said we have weighing scales and what. And from my understanding is that all these are made especially for children. I normally see these in children on children health days in Mwana Mujimu Clinic. Do we have malnutrition and in adults? And how?
Malnutrition doesn't segregate which age.
Mm.
Malnutrition cuts across all the age groups and all
Mm.
the age brackets. So
Okay.
malnutrition can be detected differently.
Mm.
Like for children, we have something called the mark tape,
Mm.
and this mark tape is having colors.
Mm.
It's a strip which is put alongside the arm. After
Mm.
putting, then moved around to check.
Mm.
That is middle upper arm circumference. It's when you see this one here, we have green,
Yes.
yellow, and red.
Yes.
So every age category has the cutoff points.
Okay.
But to make it clear, we have malnutrition in adults.
Mm.
And for them, mainly we focus on wasting using the
Mm.
using the middle upper arm circumference. Those are
Mm.
the people below. Yeah, those are from 6 months up to 60 years. Then
Mm.
also we have the BMI, body mass index.
Mm.
So that one stopped at 60 years because we
Mm.
believe at 60 years, either you lose weight because of your old age. So we
Mm.
reach on 60 years. So
Mm.
malnutrition cuts across all age categories, and every person can be malnourished as long as the person is not getting balanced diet or is eating but is missing the essential nutrients or the required
Mm.
nutrients it's supposed to have. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some of the common signs and symptoms that we can look at to tell that this child is malnourished, or this adult woman or man is malnourished?
So the way I had started
Mm.
was different from, let's say, a baby has kwashiorkor,
Mm.
a baby will have distended stomach, then also
Mm.
will have scrawny limbs. Then if it's not treated, the face will start shining.
Mm.
And also, if it's not also treated, the baby will start developing unnecessary wound. The skin will start peeling off, which
Mm.
that is called dermatosis that comes from edema. Then
Mm.
also, the hair is going to be brown. When I was young, I used to see kids who have hairs and the hair is totally brown.
Mm.
Then also, considering my marasmus, the
Mm.
person is totally wasted.
Mm.
And this is even it's a good sign that cuts across adults and children.
Mm.
When you visit a clinics where they do treatment of management of HIV and TB, these
Mm.
signs are there. You can be able to see this person is totally wasted, and they tell you that this person is malnourished.
Mm.
When you go to IPD adults, especially those ones waiting to go for surgery, they tell you that we cannot work on this person because this person is malnourished and doesn't qualify to go for theater services or for surgery.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I talk
Then another thing
about
is weight
yes.
loss. The
Mm.
weight is not telling. You tall, but when they consider you, that's not the weight you're supposed to have.
Okay, because I've met some people that actually are complaining that they want to put on weight. That
Exactly.
each time they go to weigh, they tell them they are underweight. Is that a form of malnourishment as well?
When WHO is releasing these guidelines,
Mm.
it does samples from different parts of the world.
Mm.
So for them to bring a standard cutoff point, it
Mm.
has considered different parts of different the world. So I
Mm.
can say, according to WHO guidelines, that there are some people who can be there. Let's say they are genetically small, but they are
Mm.
considered in the guidelines. So
Mm.
they are in between the ranges of WHO.
Can we talk about malnutrition in pregnant women?
Yeah.
How is nutrition important in pregnant women? And we have cases of malnutrition in pregnant women, and how does that affect the baby that is about to be born?
For pregnant women and let's say lactating mothers, those who are breastfeeding, it is really a critical point because if you don't get enough nutrition, you're likely to produce
Mm.
someone who's malnourished.
Mm.
Because this is where we start the window of 1,000 days, and this 1,000 days normally targets the life of a child.
Mm.
1,000 days meaning from conception, you're taking, after conceiving, you're taking 9 months,
Okay.
which is 270 days, 270
Mm-hmm.
days. Then you put the first birthday, that's the first year, then plus the second year, that is 1,000 days,
Mm.
which is really a critical window. So to cut you short about pregnant mothers or pregnant
Mm.
women, if you don't get enough nutrition or good nutrition,
Mm.
your baby who's inside is likely to be affected.
Mm.
And the emphasis we put on balanced diet, all considering all the three groups. Then also we
Mm.
put on supplementation of micronutrients.
Mm.
Yeah, where we give them iron and folic acid.
Mm.
We give them folic acid and iron because by that time it is so critical. Like iron, the baby is getting blood from the mother, and that
Mm.
iron is used for making blood.
Mm.
So we want the baby to have enough blood. The same time, the mother will have to have enough blood because we expect the mother will breed at the time of delivery.
Mm.
And if you overbreed and you overbreeding and you don't have enough blood, you may have a mortality case.
Okay.
maternal mortality case, and which we don't want. Like it has been a global problem also, but it has started reducing.
Okay. What have we done to make sure we reduce these cases of malnutrition in these pregnant women?
So we normally tell mothers, and also in during sensitizations,
Mm,
as long as the mother misses her first period,
mm,
to go to the hospital and check up for pregnancy.
okay.
And also encourage the husbands to go with their wives because their baby is theirs together.
Mm,
And why we normally tell them, because the mother may be told to eat a balanced diet, certain groups of food, and the mother doesn't have money, and the
mm,
provider is a man. So we want the
mm,
man to get the first-hand information.
mm,
But also we do at different health facilities, they do testing. They test the
mm,
man vis-a-vis the mother for them to know the status, their blood group, HIV status, and so that they can be sure in case they are HIV positive, they can start the treatment right now and
mm.
then, so that they can save the baby who's inside. When
Yes,
they are
please.
attending antenatals, they are given supplementation, and this supplementation they are directed on how they are going to be taking
Mm,
them. So continuous health education is given in different health facilities, and also teaching them on how they should prepare to receive the baby so that they can have a healthy baby, and also get the baby prepared, not an abrupt thing.
when the baby is born or when the baby has just been born, how do we deal with malnutrition in children? Because we've also had baby below age of 5, most likely being brought for immunization. And this is a period where we expect all the babies are breastfeeding. Or why are we having cases of what could be the causes of these cases of malnutrition in the children that are babies that have just been born?
So when the babies are born, of course, they are
Yes,
also
yes.
scored by weighing. If a baby is born below 2.5, a normal baby's
Mm,
weight is 2.5 kilograms and above.
yes, yes.
So when you're born below 2.5, you
Mm,
call you a robust weight baby.
mm,
And when you're born with below one, that
mm,
is severely, like it's for that is that weight is alarming. You need more care than someone who is born with 1.5 or with 2.4.
mm,
Those are the ones you find they are in incubator, they are waiting for them to gain more weight, then they are discharged.
mm,
So according to guidelines also, all children who are born immediately, they are supposed to be put on breast milk.
mm,
They are supposed to start breastfeeding within first 1 hour of their life.
mm,
And we encourage exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, which we call exclusive breastfeeding,
mm,
without feeding on any other food.
mm,
So from there, at 6 months, you encourage mothers, or you follow the guidelines to introduce other foods, because you believe the nutrients in breast milk cannot supply enough nutrients, or according to
mm,
the needs of the baby, because the baby has started growing, it needs more nutrients, and those nutrients need to be
mm,
supplemented. So that's why we normally tell them to start feeding on other foods at six
mm.
months, in addition to breast milk.
Okay.
Yeah, and this breastfeeding has to continue up to 2 years of
Mm,
age, then they are weaned off.
okay. So, how can what are some of the strategies that we can look at in prevention of malnutrition in our homes, but also in our communities?
So number one is, I want to start on from the family level. And if you conceive today, you follow the
Mm,
guidelines from the health workers. And if you go to give birth from the hospital, make sure you start breastfeeding within first 1 hour of birth.
mm,
Then also introduce other foods at age of 6 months to complement on the breast milk. Then also from to the household level,
mm,
if you want to prevent malnutrition,
mm,
do some farming at least behind your household.
mm.
to complement on other foods you have. If you have sweet cassava, if you have cassava and beans, make sure you have a sack mount or a small garden of vegetables to complement on cassava and beans. Then also, has like for husbands, let's support our women to provide. Not everything can be provided from the garden, but some other things are bought from the shop. Considering areas where they don't have, let's say, lakes, but they need to eat something from the lake, like, yeah, they need to eat fish or they need to eat mukene. Provide that 1,000 and people buy mukene and supplement on the diet that they have at home. Then also for families from low income levels, they can do, let's let them do livestock rearing, especially poultry. Poultry needs the 20,000 to start poultry farming. Just buy one hen so that children can have one egg, at least one egg per week. Instead of you getting 500 to go and buy it from the shop, get that egg from your home. Then again, into the community, let's impress the screening of malnutrition, especially the VHTs. And also community members, let's adhere the advice from VHTs. In case they tell you that your child is malnourished, don't say that my child is bewitched, because then say that my child is bewitched, or don't say that my child is growing well because the face is browning or the legs are solid, are swelling. Don't say that that is being fat.
About at the community level.
So at the community level,
yeah, like yes.
Yeah, so at the community level, malnutrition doesn't affect the household directly alone, but also it affects the community. Imagine in a community where you have four men are in the hospital managing their children, and in case you get a challenge, no one can steal you. So we should start educating each other in relation to nutrition issues and also prevent it at once. Community levels, they should not allow the selling of all produce. That's form of malnutrition, and that is undernutrition.
Do you have people that are genetically of low weight, that even if they eat, their weight cannot go to the minimum
So
expected
when
weight?
I can say no, because it's maize season. Let them not all sell all the maize they produce. And that one can be done from the community. In case as community gathering say that we are selling all these foods, why? So we should, community leaders and other opinion leaders should come in and educate their people.
What are some of the diseases that we normally see in our communities as in due to the effect of this malnutrition? What are
Yeah,
some
of
of
course,
those?
when someone's malnourished, the immunity is low.
Yep.
And immunity is the one that protects the baby, the body from getting other diseases. So
Yes.
if the defense is weakened, any infection that comes to your body, it can weaken you more than it was going to weaken you if the immunity was strong. So any disease, let's say if you have diarrhea can increase, and also diarrhea can cause that malnutrition, because because you don't have appetite, and if you don't have appetite, you cannot take what you wanted to take, even though the food is there.
Lastly, we have issues of men being weak in bed, and so many times women are choosing them, oh, you're weak, you're 1 minute man. Is there a direct relationship between malnutrition and the male sexual performance? Or
So when you got that, I think
yes,
it's there because all we eat, all we have, we get it from what we eat.
yes,
So there are micronutrients like zinc, like calcium. Those are energy. Those are energy micronutrients. So,
yes,
and also they help in absorption of other energy of glucose. So if you don't
yes.
have zinc, of course you may be weak in bed. That's why you need
Okay.
those micronutrients.
Okay. So you've explained well the undernutrition. Can you throw some light on overnutrition or overfeeding? What could be generally the dangers of overeating or overfeeding? Because while we have people that are underweight and struggling to deal with that, we also on the other side have people that are overfeeding and are struggling with weight. What can you talk about overnutrition?
So overnutrition, the way I started saying, it
Yes,
is consuming a lot on what your body can, on what your body needs.
yes,
So if you overfeed, of
mm,
course, the excess is going to be stored into the body.
yes,
And if it's stored into the body, you're going to have, let's say, a lot of weight. Following the
mm,
measurements we take, you're going to have a lot of weight that is overweight,
mm,
obesity, and also obesity plus.
mm,
So when you overweight, you're likely to get non-communicable diseases. I remember last time we talked about non-communicable diseases.
yes,
You're likely to get to be hypertensive. And
yes.
in case you're hypertensive, you're likely to get diabetes too.
Okay. What can we do, number one, at school level, uh, in places like prisons that normally have a large population that they feed? Have you people looked into the diet of these institutions to ascertain if actually the people there are eating the proper nutrition or a balanced nutrition that they are supposed to have?
Yeah,
What's your take? Mm,
I want to go in schools,
yes.
especially the UPE schools.
Mm,
I think it when you go to the school feeding program,
mm,
it says it is a mandate of a
mm,
parent or a guardian to feed
mm,
his or her child.
mm,
So to parents, we shouldn't only send children to UPE schools because UPE is free, but
mm,
also let's mind of what our children are getting from school, especially after lunch when they are hungry.
mm,
So let's take it as an initiative and start feeding our children from school. Different schools have different programs. You can contribute in kind or you can pay money and your child feeds from school.
mm.
Then for prisons, I think prisons in Uganda have nutritionists.
Okay.
So every prison in Uganda has a nutritionist who is in charge of the diet of the prisoners. Closing remark today, we've talked a lot about malnutrition, so they are going to be different.
Mm,
And to pregnant women and those ones who are planning to have babies soon,
mm,
I want to tell them that breast milk is the best foundation you can give to your baby.
mm.
So if you give them breast milk, you're sure that your child is going to come out well.
Oh.
And to other and
Mm,
to other people and other caretakers,
mm,
it's let's mind what we eat.
mm,
Not everything is put there to be eaten. If you go for a party, don't overfill your plate because you've seen meat is there and other foods. Eat what
mm.
you're supposed to eat and leave others for others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Can you send your greetings to anyone that you feel uh, needs to be appreciated on this show today?
Yeah, I want to send my greetings to my fellow nutritionists,
Okay.
especially Prudence Moses, who trained me from, I think, 2016,
Mm,
and every nutritionist who is advocating for breastfeeding, since
mm.
this month is a breastfeeding month here in Uganda
Oh,
and
okay.
also globally. And also, I want
Mm.
to send greetings to my friend and also my wife, Fiona.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of today's live discussion on malnutrition, I want to sincerely thank you and every one of you for being part of this important discussion. A very special thank you to our guest, Mr. Christopher, for sharing their knowledgeable expertise and insights that have not only educated us, but also inspired us to take action in our homes, communities, and beyond. To the wonderful audience, thank you for your time, your engagement, and your thoughtful questions. Your participation is what makes these discussions meaningful. Remember, the fight against malnutrition starts with awareness, but it must also continue with action. So we've created the awareness, but on your part, you must do the action bit of it. So let's all play our part in promoting better nutrition, healthier lifestyles, and stronger community. Until next time, this is Mr. Self-Care signing off. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let's keep learning together. Thank you and have yourself a goodbye.